flags are up. And they're away and racing in the Beggar'S Law Firm's PPORA Club Members Conditions race. As they come down to the first, coming into that one, knocked out loaded. That Lake Balaton very close together, 1 and 2. Beggar'S Velvet comes 3 on the inside. Then behind them West Lake, about 3 lengths back to Brian's Well at the rear of the 5. All safely over the next, making their way on now towards the judge with another 2 complete circuits of the course to take. And as they pass the judge, still Gina Andrews, knocked out loaded, who will lead them towards the ditch. Knocked out loaded, and behind him Beggar'S Velvet, quite keen over the ditch and jumps up to contest the lead of knocked out loaded, about 3 lengths back then to West Lake, Lake Balaton, and at the back marker continues to be Brian's Well, just a couple of lengths behind the main body of the field. So uphill towards the uphill fence as they jump that one. Knocked out loaded has regained his lead by about a length. Beggar'S Velvet on the outside in the dark blue. Lake Balaton has come up to take far closer order in third. Length and a half or 2 lengths behind them, then comes West Lake, just being contested at the rear of the field is Brian's Well with West Lake. So making their way off the far side of the course, 3 fences that come at them quite quickly. Knocked out loaded rises first. That's about a length and a half lead over Beggar'S Velvet in second. Lake Balaton behind them. And then half a length back to Brian's Well and West Lake, with very, very little to call between those 2 at the rear of the 5. So taking the last of the 3 that come up quite close on the far side of the course, make their way onto the fence that we can just see over the hedge at the back. It's still knocked out loaded for Gina Andrews. Gina having a fantastic season, breaking the record for the number of career wins. Swinging right-handed and leads the field down the hill. So it's still knocked out loaded. Continues to lead by about 2 lengths. Behind them comes Beggar'S Velvet. Amy Cox rides this, looking for her 2nd win. Won aboard this horse last weekend. And behind them comes Lake Balaton, Brian's Well. West Lake has been relegated to the back marker for Jack Andrews. Jack is having a great season this season, so far 30 point-to-point wins racked up. So coming past where it all began a circuit ago and on towards what was the first is now the 9th. And over that one, good jump by Beggar'S Velvet, who came up to take closer order of knocked out loaded. The 2 of them a length or 2 clear of Lake Balaton in second, her 3rd, and then back to West Lake, who's come up to relegate Brian's Well's back marker. So make their way past the judge now, with another complete circuit of the course to take. Knocked out loaded for Gina Andrews, been headed yet. Coming up to the ditch as they come into that one. Knocked out loaded. Beggar'S Velvet in second. Lake Balaton has been overtaken by West Lake on the inner in the green and yellow. And then the back marker is Brian's Well. We're going uphill now towards the uphill fence. Still knocked out loaded. Just a length ahead. Beggar'S Velvet in second. Lake Balaton a couple of lengths behind them. West Lake a couple of lengths behind them. Then 3 lengths back to Lake Balaton, who's beginning to be ridden along, as well as Brian's Well at the rear of the field. So the 2 leaders now just starting to make the pace quicken very slightly as they go along the far side of the course. Knocked out loaded in the pink, and Beggar'S Velvet in the dark blue and yellow. Both of those, very little to call between them. About 4 lengths back behind them comes West Lake. So over the next, as they go over that, all safely over it. Still knocked out loaded for Beggar'S Velvet in second. And half a length between those 2. West Lake comes next, and then Lake Balaton and Brian's Well being slightly detached from those 3 leaders at the rear of the 5. Knocked out loaded Beggar'S Velvet safely over the next. Westlake trying to catch them from the tiring Brian's Well and Balaton, who are being left a little bit detached now. They're swinging right-handed and heading downhill. It's still knocked out loaded for Gina Andrews. But coming up very hard beside her is Beggar'S Velvet, who's not done yet. And then some 7 or 8 lengths back behind them comes Westlake. So they begin to swing right-handed now at the bottom bend and make their way towards 2 from home. As they do, knocked out loaded, still going on from Beggar'S Velvet, who's not done with yet. And then back to Westlake, who's trying to press closer. So coming to 2 from home. And rising first is Beggar'S Velvet, who's gone to the front for Amy Cox. And then 3 lengths behind her comes Knocked Out Loaded. Back a little way to Westlake. So coming down towards the final fence. As they come into the wings of it, it's Beggar'S Velvet over it safely for Amy Cox, going for her 2nd win of the season, coming down towards the judge. It's Beggar'S Velvet who's going to come home in front here. And then back behind them comes Knocked Out Loaded for Gina Andrews. A little way back behind her comes Westlake, and then back to Lake Balaton, and the back of the 5 coming home is Brian's Well.